Okay, cool. Yeah. So, initial responses then to the first viewing of this film. What do we think? Go on, Paige Kicks.
I really, really liked it, like all of it. Apart from the only bit I didn't really get was I didn't like it when they were sitting under the boys' toilets.
Yeah.
When they're sitting on the floor, I was like, I don't know why they'd be just sitting there. Like, I just didn't get it.
Okay, so that scene in itself seemed out of sync with the rest of
I
the
kind
film.
of got the message of what they were trying to say, but I just don't know if the way they chose the location for it was right. I just don't know.
Okay,
That was my.
cool. Okay, I get that. What was the kind of rationale behind that, Wiggles or Millie?
It was meant to be that he hears her trying to throw up, and then when he realises that like she's going through the same things, that he's like, oh no, I should be doing it to her. But then obviously, if she was throwing up, it happened in the toilet.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool. I get that. That makes sense to me. I have to say, I'm with you here in terms of it seemed to come around very quickly, that kind of final bit. You were building the tension of the story really, really well. And then that bit just kind of felt like it came around quite quickly. And all of a sudden we have the female character and we're kind of like, well, hold on a minute, where's she been? What's going on there with her? So I don't know if you can find a way to build a little bit more of her story. I'm conscious that you're already at 6 minutes and it's got to be 5. But I wonder if there's a way for you to build a little bit more of her into it possibly, or at the very least, to shoot a little bit with her, with the sound maybe of retching coming from a toilet door and her emerging and him being there, or something like that, so we can solidify why she's there. Because I also
I didn't
agree
really
with you.
understand why he was just sitting on the floor outside the toilet.
Well, I think he's supposed to be despairing, essentially, at that point. Is he? He's at his lowest ebb. I kind of get that. And I understand why maybe he's there hiding from what's going on at school and stuff like that. But
And also, is part of that because you know that location?
Possibly, because I'm sitting there thinking he's sitting on the floor in the toilet. That might be the. Just what I'm really sure.
Because he wouldn't do that.
Yeah, I'm just like, you wouldn't sit there. Of all places to sit in the school.
I do know what you mean. Like, it's clearly, technically, a very, very well-made piece. There are, as I pointed out, a few 180-degree rule issues, which we're going to have to think creatively about how to get around.
I tell you, the bit I absolutely love is that sound montage.
Yeah.
Probably divided by gravy at one point. And the strength really being sound in general. Like, there's a lot of diegetic sound, there's a lot of conversation, dialogue. You've got lots of layers of sound. The soundtrack's good. I like the sound.
Yeah. I think sound strong. Sound is very often tough to do. Any other points? Any other things that jumped out at people where maybe the girls could look at for an absolutely tip-top final draft to have a look at? Not at all. Go on, Rachel.
I liked I think it was near the end when you changed scene and it's like you heard the sound before it like came up. That was really good. But then I think a bit before that there was like a cutaway where it was a bit abrupt.
I've got it written on my sheet. I think a few of those cuts to black and then in are a little bit jarring. They're a little bit kind of, I think jarring in the slang term, I mean it in the correct term. A little bit jarring, as in they pull me out a little bit of the narrative. I'm kind of like, oh, I'm really into this. Oh, suddenly there's a black screen and we're starting again. I wonder if you can find a way to merge those into each other a little bit more seamlessly, so it doesn't feel like we're being really signposted to right, okay, that's the end of that bit, here's the start of this bit. If we can find a way to bring them together a bit more. And sound is one good way of doing that. Overlapping sound is a great way of doing that, but there might be some visual cues we could put in as well to do that. What were you going to say? You sure?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. But I mean, technically strong. Yeah, Mr. Butch.
I remember right at the beginning you had this idea of like looking at people and then seeing numbers.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
The calories thing, and actually, that might be a good way of tying in the theme a little bit more, or just like nailing the theme a little bit more. It also might be your way of showing that she's also suffering. Maybe.
It could be.
Are they together? I was confused.
Well,
are they together? Are they not together? They're right.
Do they need to?
I don't know. I just wanted
It's
to know.
questionable.
It's just a question.
I don't think you need to know the answer.
No. It's not necessarily. It's just for my own interest.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
That he liked her.
Oh right. She was all over her in the first scene.
Okay, so yeah, we're hinting. We're hinting at a relationship. and then there's a connection in the end. I read that more as being a connection in their plight rather than maybe a romantic connection. However, I suppose you can take it however you want. Whatever it is, it seems to be the thing that brings him, out of himself and brings him back to life. I also think in that final scene with the sitting toilet, it looks quite dark for what is supposed to be a positive denouement, a positive ending. It looks quite dark, so I think we need to look at the colour timing of it a little bit, maybe saturate it a little bit more and boost the exposure a bit. But it's a really strong piece of work already. There's lots that is very good about it. Cool. Okay.